Hello everyone, how are you all? I'm again back with my new module, and this time I'm going to explain you something about our body. Okay, so as we know that our body has different parts, there are internal organs and external organs. Our body perform different functions. The organs which are present in our body, they perform different functions. So today we are going to learn about our body. So internal organs means which are inside our body. External organs which are outside our body and which we can see. External organs, eyes, nose, lips, ears, hand, fingers, our leg. These are our external organs. And if I talk about internal organs, so internal organs are heart, lungs, kidney, brain. Okay, so these are our internal organs. So one by one we are going to learn about our internal organs as well as external organs. The human body is like a machine. It has many organs that work together, and they may vary in size, their shape, their function, and even location. Okay, like brain is located here, heart is located on your left side. Okay, stomach here. Then in this way, our means functions and locations of our internal organ is different, and each organ has its specific function. Okay, each organ is performing its specific function. So let us learn about our internal organs one by one. So our first internal organ that we are talking about is the brain, the most important part of our body. The brain, as each and every part which is present in our body is very important. So let's talk about brain. The brain, now what is the function? What brain is actually doing? The brain controls every action. The brain controls every action of our body, whatever we are doing. As I'm talking right now, I'm moving my hands, I'm here, moving here and there. So the brain is controlling each and every function of our body. It is located inside a skull. It is located inside a skull. If you will touch your head here, so you will feel something very hard. So inside, this part is called skull. Inside the portion is called skull, and brain is inside the skull. Why it is inside the skull? So that it can be protected from any kind of injury. Okay, whenever you are falling down, whenever you're riding a bicycle, and when you get hurt here, suddenly your brain is not affected because it protects you. The skull is protecting it from any kind of injury. Now, brain has millions of nerve cells. Brain has millions of nerve cells, and what these nerve cells are doing, and these nerve cells are connected to different body parts. And these nerve cells are connected to different body parts. Now, what these nerve cells are doing? These nerve cells are sending messages to the brain. What these nerve cells are doing? These nerve cells are sending messages to the brain, and then brain is giving signals or revert to the body parts. Whether you are dancing, whether you are running, whether you are writing, whether you are jumping. So the signal is transferred by the brain to the body parts. So the nerve cells carry messages from the body parts to the brain. Okay. Now, when nerves are sending messages, or when nerves are carrying message to the brain, so what brain is doing? Brain takes the decision. What is the duty of the brain? What is the function of the brain? Brain takes the decision and sends back signals to the body parts. Whatever it is to be done, like for writing, as I told you, to run, to hop, to jump, to dance, okay, whatever. So the decision is taken by the brain. So the brain has three different parts. The first one is cerebrum. First one is cerebrum. Now what is cerebrum and what is its function? Cerebrum is the biggest part in the brain. Like brain has three parts. So the first part is cerebrum and it is the biggest part. It helps us to think, remember, learn. What is the function of cerebrum? Cerebrum helps us to think, learn, remember. And whatever you are learning is saved in your cerebrum. Our intelligence is saved in this part. In this part means in your cerebrum part. So, brain has three parts. The first part is cerebrum. It is the biggest part. And what is the function? What are the functions of cerebrum? It helps us to think, learn and remember. And able to take decisions. It also helps us to take decisions. So, main functions 4 are there. Learn, think, remember and take decisions. And whatever you are learning is saved in your cerebrum. Now, let us understand the second part. Second part is known as cerebellum. First part is cerebrum. Second part is cerebellum. It is the smallest part. And what are the functions of this part? This part helps us to maintain our body balance. This part, cerebellum, helps us to control our movements. Whenever we are sitting, whenever we are dancing, whenever we are jumping, whatever we are doing. So what are the functions of cerebellum? It maintains our body balance. It controls our movement. Only this much. That is very easy. Cerebellum is the smallest part. It helps us to control our body balance, to maintain our body balance. It also helps us to control our movement when we sit, when we dance, when we jump, when we run, or whatever we are doing. The third part. The third part is medulla. Third part is medulla. First part is cerebrum, the biggest part. Second part is cerebellum, which is the smallest part, and the third part is medulla. Now, what is the function of medulla? Medulla connects your brain to the spinal cord. It connects your brain to the spinal cord. So, the center part, the center part is known as medulla, and it connects your brain to the spinal cord. This is the function of medulla, that it connects brain to the spinal cord. Let us learn something more about brain. Our brain is made up of 75% of our brain is made up of water. And what does brain store? The brain stores information. And what do we call to that information? That is memory. The brain stores information and that information is known as memory. We call it as memory. So brain is made up of 75% of brain is made up of water. So we have to remember all these things. Okay. Now we will be learning about our next internal organ, that is heart.